Hi, this is Daniel from theScore eSports, and I'm here at EVO with Alex Myers, and just want to start by asking you, how you feel going into the weekend.
I feel really good, actually. I trained a lot with Justin Wong throughout the past 2 weeks, so he really helped mold me into like what I want to be right now. So I feel really confident going into EVO right now.
What was, I guess, cause that gets another question. So, what is EVO practice for you like? Is it different from regular practice? What was practice with Justin like?
It was just like learning how to play a better ground game with Justin, because he's so solid. Training consisted of like 4 to 5 hours a day, maybe more training. I took a couple days off to play Pokemon Go, but I needed that downtime. But that's pretty much my training.
Is that usually like how you do EVO training, like a special kind of training regimen, like you sit down and just do the 4 or 5 hour sets, or is that just the standard practice for big tournaments?
I think it should be a standard, but like I wasn't just playing Justin for 4 hours straight. I played for like 30, 40 minutes maybe, but there was like other people like Flash and Marn, so I was interchanging with them. We were just playing a bunch of sets, and I feel like I leveled up a lot the past couple weeks.
So something I want to ask you about was, you're playing Cammy now, and Cammy's been doing really well last couple of weeks. We have Zhao Hai doing really well in China. How do you feel about where Cammy's at right now, and how do you feel about your Cammy right now?
I feel like my Cammy's really close to Zhao Hai, but for Cammy's placement, I would say either top 5 or just below it. I think just below it, but if you're a really good player, she can definitely be top 5. Yeah.
Why do you think that she's like just under top 5?
I feel like the other characters have more like damage output and better like setups. Like Cammy's more like I outplay you, I dive kick here and there, and that's kind of how she wins.
So how do you feel, I guess, about, because something I wanted to start off asking actually, how do you feel about kind of Street Fighter V, like sort of as a competitive game right now? Like where do you think it's at right now? How do you feel about it?
I actually, at first I didn't like Street Fighter V too much. I wasn't training so hard, but as I got to know the game better, I got used to it, and I like it a lot. Competitive-wise, I think it's really good. Like, you have to really outplay your opponent. Like, you really have to think hard. And in Street Fighter 4, you could, like, kind of gimmick them out with setups and stuff, but now it's like you have to really play Street Fighter, and I like it.
So how, it's the hot button issue that people have been talking about. How do you feel about the 8 frames thing now that Capcom said that it's probably not changing until after this season?
I don't like to hear that, because I'm very reactionary player. Like anytime someone misses a button, I want to punish it. Like I want to hit my button as they miss their button. But with the 8 frame, it's so bad that you can't react as much. You have to play very preemptive, and there's only some things you can react to. Like really long recovering moves, like sweeps, you can whiff punish those, right? But I'm getting used to it. It's fine, Like hopefully they change it, because I miss playing footsies. But yeah, it's cool.
So what about kind of making that, you were talking before about like being comfortable again, making that transition from Street Fighter 4 to 5. What about character transition? Because you were playing Sakura before. What was that transition like for you? What was Cammy kind of your first choice? Was you looking for another kind of rushdown type character, another technical combo character? What was that choice about for you?
Kind of a rushdown character, yeah. At first, I tried Ryu at E3 last year, and I liked him a lot, but at the same time, it was like I didn't like him too much. So I tried Cammy at E3 actually too, when she was just released, and she didn't really stick with me at the time, but I saw potential. I went to Karen for a bit, and I just didn't like a lot of what she had going on. Now I kind of wish I stayed with Karen, because of Justin and stuff. I'm like, man, I messed up. But Cammy is working too, so I really like that I went with Cammy. So,
Seems interesting, because I am a soccer player who moved to Karen, so I feel that like maybe I lucked out there.
Yeah, you did luck out. Like she's very similar, but at the same time, I like Cammy because she has a back medium punch, like Sakura's crouch fierce. Yeah, exactly. So like it's really hard for me to like not have a reliable anti-air most of the time. Like I did crouch fierce with Karen, it'd go over me. Yeah. I'm like, all right, well, I just lost.
So actually, you said that you feel like Cammy's, maybe under top 5, top 5 you're good. Who do you feel are the strongest characters in the game right now?
In no real order, Ken, Ryu, Chun, Nakali, and 5th is a real toss-up. Like I can't really think of one right now. Maybe Cammy, or there is a character that's eluding. Oh, Karen. Yeah, Karen would be top 5.
Interesting. Everybody always like brings up Chun-Li, and everyone, Chun-Li obviously has a lot of stuff, but she hasn't been finding a ton of success. I think only recently she started getting tournament wins. Why do you think that kind of like you pull to Chun-Li, people pull to Chun-Li so quickly as a top 5 character?
She has like all the tools that you need, and like her air legs are ridiculous and it's hard to react to in the lag. So like just based on that alone, the air legs, good damage, really good buttons. She has everything except the DP. Really good anti-air, light kick, stand light kick. I think that's why people pull to her the most because she's one of the most well-rounded characters, I think.
And kind of on that note, who do you, I guess, find is like something that's a tougher matchup for Cammy then? Because she is sort of that mid-range, aggressive type of character, very similar to Chun-Li in that regard.
Yeah. I would say Zangief, just because it's really hard to open up Zangief, especially if he has a life lead. Like, I have to play a lot of footsies, and then if he jumps at me, well, and then if he SPDs me, that's like a third of my health, you know, it's great. Either him or Birdie, but I'm getting more used to Birdie. I feel like those two grapplers, because they kind of can get in on her and do a lot of damage. If they block my DP, I'm pretty much dead. So that kind of stuff, that would make her hard matches.
It's interesting. Those are definitely, I think, two of the characters are considered a little bit weaker right now.
Yeah, they're weak, but they deal with Cammy very well, I think. Yeah.
Interesting. And then just sort of as a last question, this is the biggest EVO, biggest Street Fighter tournament ever. This is a lot of people's first time, probably even more people's first time next year. What would be the advice you give to somebody who's a first-time player? My first time competing too. What is something you would say to somebody who is playing, first time this year, next year? What's the advice you would give to a player like that?
I think if it's your first EVO, treat everyone like just another person online. Don't overthink it. People see like someone next to them, they start freaking out. That's why I was really lucky to grow up in like the arcade scene, because I'm used to playing next to people now. And another piece of advice I would say is just have fun. Like it's EVO, you're in Vegas, have fun, and really try and find a local scene. Like if you're in LA, go to WNF. If you're in New York, go to Next Level. Playing in those kind of scenarios will get you used to playing next to someone. And I think playing online doesn't teach you how to deal with like someone right next to you. And that's a big mental thing for a lot of new players.
All right, well, thank you so much, and good luck this weekend.
Thanks.
All right, so yeah, if you just want to pull